Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with a duo action figure review. Today we've got the Unrivaled Series 14 Max Caster and Anthony Bowens of the Acclaimed. Sadly, don't have Billy Gunn yet. Maybe one of these days I will grab him, but haven't found him yet in stores so far, so one of these days I'll try to get back over to like a local Walmart or something and hope I can find them. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to order them on Amazon or something. Who knows? But taking a good little look at the boxes here, we've got the BS on the back of the box for Max, and now we've got it for Bowens. Pretty much same formula setup for both sides of the box, except for the idea that Tony Storm is in Anthony Bowen's place, and then Caster is in Tony Storm's place on Anthony Bowen's box, and vice versa. Nice little details, you know. Kind of wish they would just make the pictures a bit smaller and show the whole wave, including the figure you get, would make more sense. So then that way, I guess it makes sense either way, but I feel like besides the figure you're currently looking at, it'd be nice to know that, yes, this is included in this set. Even though it's kind of self-explanatory, I just feel like it'd be a nice little added touch of detail. Maybe that's just my dumbass. I don't know. But enough said, why don't we get these two out of their plastic prisons now, shall we? Alrighty, now that we've got both men out of the plastic prisons, we can get into some of the accessories. Now I did interchange the hands really quick, so you only see the scissor hands. Of course, they both have a set of mic holding hands. We can take a look into that a little bit later on in the video. First things first, because he has very minimal accessories, we'll go over Anthony Bowens' accessories. Of course, just like Max Caster, comes with a microphone, kind of like a big shtick in their gimmicks. They're heavy talkers, so it makes sense, even though everybody comes with an AEW microphone. He also comes with this set. Well, we can talk about the set of hands real quick, but that's not what I was trying to think of. He does come with the two sets of interchangeable hands, the mic holding hands and also the scissor hands. He's got the Everybody Loves the Acclaimed jacket. Got the scissor hands on there along with a bunch of scissors like interlaid all throughout the attire. Nice pink, white, and black jacket. No true complaints here. Might be a tight fit on the figure though, because I had a fun time kind of getting it off. And of course he comes with two interchangeable head scans. This head scan, it's not the worst. It's definitely not the best. Like, I can see Anthony Bowens here, but I don't know if the cartoony look on this head scan is really the way to go for it. Of course, taking a quick gander at the other head scan real quick. I do love the way this looks, though I don't know if that's how his if his tongue is colored. I don't know why I said that, so my bad. But the hair and stuff like that, it looks nice on both head scans. The way this head scan looks, I can see the scissor me like thing going down in the ring. It's a nice head scan, I'll be completely honest. A little bit better than the first one. Still not the best though. Of course, now getting into Max Caster's accessories, he comes with a little bit more cooler things, but he loses out on a scissor me hand for it. So of course, going over his scissor hand, it has the tape around the hand because the hand it's meant to go over has tape around it. As where Anthony Bowens has two, he only gets the one. But realistically, if the skin tones are the same, which they look to be, you could just use the scissor me hand from Anthony Bowens if really you need be, but I don't know if you will. Maybe when you get the Billy Gunn, unlike me. But I don't know. We'll figure that out. Because I can't remember what the Billy Gunn comes with. Of course, gonna talk about the tank top because a lot of people would probably be a little insecure with it being all black. Of course, it's got a white, like, interlay on the inside of it though. And when I looked at the figure, there wasn't really any heavy staining except for like this little spot here, but I don't know if that was because of the tank top or whatnot. Can't say I'm complaining though, not seeing too much staining. Might have to actually put that tank top back on and see if it does stain any further, because if it does, then maybe I'll just pick up an extra Max Caster and never put the tank top on that one. Of course, getting into some of the other accessories he comes with, as we mentioned, he comes with a microphone. He's got an alternative head scan, which just kind of like Anthony Bowens. I can see Caster here, but it's definitely not the best look in my opinion. The hair sculpt is nice though. Like, it's an alright head scan, it's just not for me. He does also come with the Acclaimed hat. It's just black and pink. It does look nice on the tongue out expression, and you can put it on the normal, like, standard grin, standard facial expression, whatever you would want to call that head scan. He comes with a semi-warped necklace. I don't know if it's that way on every Max Caster, but mine came a little warped. Might just have to, like, put something in there to make it stretch back out so then it fits a bit more properly. But really nice mold on that. And of course, the last accessory, the best accessory, we've got the headphones that will slide over perfectly over the hat. And yeah, you can do this with both head scans as well. We'll check that out later on. Of course, getting into both figures themselves, let's scoot some of these accessories over. Taking a look at both of them just for face value, I love the way the sculpt is on both of these figures. Like, Anthony Bowens looks how he should, I feel. And same thing with Max Caster. Because Max Caster, he's not too, like, muscular, but he's still a pretty fit dude. But Anthony Bowens is more like a John Silver, where he's short, but he's got like a tank belt structure on him. Maybe even a bit bigger than a John Silver. I'm not exactly too sure. Maybe we'll have to take a little comparison out to that. If I do remember to take him out for the video, I don't know. But I do also love the pink and the silver attires on each men. Getting into that real quick, let's look at Anthony Bowens first. He's got pink wrist tape, kind of just like a standard thing for him. He doesn't just always wear black or white wrist tape like most wrestlers do. He's got a bunch of scissors all throughout his attire. Bones on the back with a pair of scissors in the back of the logo. Got some black stripes all throughout the attire. Just overall, pretty simplistic, but yeah, perfectly executed design, I'd say. He's got black knee tape along with pink knee pads, which is kind of weird that he's got the knee tape there, because underneath the knee pad he has nothing at all underneath there. So that's a little weird, I'll be honest, but that's not too big of a gripe for me. Of course, he's also got the nice all-white kick pads with black stripes. Got Acclaimed going down the front of both boots. And, of course, got pink laces on the back. Standard boots, I'd say, look really nice. I love how they've actually continued the strap on the bottom of the boot for the kick pad and stuff of that nature. All around, I'd say a really good solid mold there. It looks how Anthony Bowens should. If anything, maybe kind of like with FTR, we can get a little bit of like a better set of head sculpts here soon-ish. Like with FTR, they were just absolutely atrocious. At least these two head scans are pretty good, and I can tolerate the other ones. They're not terrible, but they're not the best. Now, of course, looking at the Max Caster, Looking at his tongue out expression, because we didn't really take a good look at this yet. I think this one looks a tad bit better than the Anthony Bowens one, and maybe that's just because it looks like there's a tad bit more color to the tongue. I don't know. Like, it looks like there's a tad bit more color, but maybe it could just be me. The hair does look nice though, nicely sculpted as it should be. Getting into the attire itself, you've got standard white wrist tape. You've got the nice shiny silver attire that's like zebra print with pink and silver scissors laid all throughout it. You've got a yo here, a yo here, so that's probably like interlaid out throughout the attire, which it is on the back a bit more than the front. Of course, a bunch of scissors as well. You've got Platinum, as his nickname is Platinum Max Caster, which makes sense for like the shiny silver-esque attire. He's got Best Wrestler Alive, which, I mean, I guess you could say that's disputable, but nice little catchphrase nonetheless. He's got a microphone on his other knee pad, because, you know, if you haven't watched him, he's kind of got like a John Cena Dr. Thugonomics gimmick where he raps to the ring about his opponent. I definitely like it. I enjoy it. It gives me like a nice little flashback to early Thugonomics Cena, but some of the stuff he says is wild, I can't lie. I don't remember too many things Cena saying being like too outrageous. But also, we are growing up in a different time period, so things are just a tad bit different. He's got the nice silver boots with the black laces and the black soles. You know, nothing too much to get into there. As far as articulation goes, I'd say it's pretty standard amongst the two. Like, Anthony Bowens actually does have a pretty decent ab crunch if I can get his legs to stand up straight as I do it. Like, it's not the best, but it is there. He can look back a tad bit better than he can look forward. He can kick out pretty alright. Like, he can sit down just fine, I feel. Won't have too many problems there. Even with the big bulky knee pads, he can articulate pretty well in the knees. It's just, of course, the knee pads will expose the skin underneath if you bend them too far, but that's just an oh well. The ankles seem to be moving pretty well. I'd say everything so far is moving as it should, and in fact, it's actually moving quite buttery smooth on this Anthony Bowens. But as far as the Max Caster goes, he's actually got a little bit better articulation, probably because he's not so big and bulky. He can look down that far, of course, with the legs not bent forward. He's still got a bit of a better one compared to Anthony Bowens. He can look back pretty far. He can kick his legs out pretty far, you know. I'd say the sit-down test is pretty good on him. Actually, probably a bit better than Bowens. His knee pads are actually cut in the back, so you will get all the good articulation out of him. If anything, Max Caster probably poses the best out of these two. Of course, standard AEW articulation, you know, you got the double jointed arms and all that good shish. Can't complain too much here. But with that being said, why don't we get these boys all posed up and we can get into our final thoughts now, shall we? Alrighty, now that we've got them all posed up, all accessoried up, I do find this little pose comical. I'm probably gonna use this as the thumbnail or something. So just gonna move the boxes out of the way real quick. Gonna capture this. Boom. Hopefully that looks good. If not, I'll just retake the picture after the video's done. But yeah, so my overall thoughts. How do I feel about this? I think these two overall are pretty damn solid. I did test it to make sure off camera because I don't know, something just told me because of, the Pac and the Kazarian and the few other figures that had no kick pad rotation. I did check. The Anthony Bowens does have kick pad rotation. I want to say the Max Caster should too. I didn't necessarily check it, but I don't see why it wouldn't. It looks like it has the boot cut, so I mean, take it as you will. Maybe I'll test it at the end of the video and just kind of throw it in there at the end. I don't know why I didn't really do that in the articulation portion earlier. I didn't really fully break it down like I usually do either, as I do have to get ready for work and stuff like that after I'm done with this. But overall, I think this is a pretty solid set. Maybe the head scans could have been a tad bit better, but the molds themselves, like as far as the figure proportion and stuff like that, I feel like it's really damn solid. I feel like the accessories are pretty damn solid, and as long as that tank top doesn't stain, this has the chance to at least be a good solid 7. And I say it like that just because the head scan, the stain on the back of the torso, that small little stuff kind of makes it hard to want to pass this up as like an 8. Everything else is so solid, I feel like it does carry it to a good solid 7. And same thing with the Anthony Bowens. He doesn't come with as many accessories as Max Caster, but he also does kind of lack in the fact that his head scans are kind of in the same boat. But he doesn't really have as much quality control issues as the caster, I guess you could say. So, we'll give Bowens himself a 7.5. These figures are really good, really solid in hand. If you want to use the Acclaim for like the pick feds or whatever you want, I definitely would say these might be the way to go. I know the 3-pack with Billy Gunn looks pretty decent as well, but the Billy Gunn t-shirt stains the shit out of Billy Gunn. Also, another thing that kind of maybe deters me a little bit from getting the new Billy Gunn that's out with this set, just because I don't know if the t-shirt comes on him or not, and if it does, I don't really feel like risking Billy Gunn all stained up and stuff, because he's got some unique tattoos and stuff. So it's not like I can just swap the torso out and it'll look just fine. It's kind of the problem with, what was it, like the Series 6 Jake Hager or whatever, that junk of garbage. Would have looked better if it had like the head scans that came on the jumpsuit Hager and came with that hoodie off of it, so then that way the hoodie wouldn't have stained the figure heavily. But just kind of whatever. It doesn't seem like this tank top should stain, but there is some black inner lining in there, so I hope it doesn't, and that was just more of like a paint quality control issue and it didn't stain the figure on the back. But all around, really solid. I can't complain. If I was going to do a 5-star rating, I'd have to say 3-star. And we've got 3.5 stars. Now, with that being said, this video's already been almost 20 minutes, so if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, womp womp, I don't know what to tell you. But with that being the case, if you did like the video, sorry for my yawn, I'm a little tired. Sadly, didn't take a nap before work either. But if you did like the video and you would like to check out some of my other action figure reviews, there should at least be one more guaranteed coming out after this. Just gotta wait for the package to come in. Hopefully it doesn't come in while I'm at work, but we'll find out soon enough. And on that note, going back to like some of the other videos I do, if you would like to check out some of my other action figure reviews, just posted a couple of them up recently. We've got the Keith Lee from this wave, I think, right? Wasn't the Keith Lee from Series 14? Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think about it like that. And we also got the Unmatched Series 8 Malachi Black in the suit. So go watch those reviews. I think they're both pretty solid in their own right. The next set of figures, I hope, will kind of blow the proportions view-wise. Other than action figure reviews, though, we also do unboxings and pick fed content. I might have mentioned the pick fed content a lot throughout this video, as a lot of the stuff I do buy tends to be stuff I want to use in the pick fed at some point. Whether I end up doing so or not, we'll find out. But I would love to see the Acclaimed in Damn Defiant Wrestling, which is what I do for my pick fed. That's the name of it. How I will debut them, though, I don't know, but I feel like it's an easy cop to say that these guys are going to be a good duo for the Fed. And on that note, if you guys would also like to, before I forget, feel free to go follow me on Instagram under the same name, where you will see when I post action figure reviews, along with some like early access content to the pick fed in a sense. Like I'll post some of the matchups and stuff like that on there a bit earlier. I'd like to start making shorts a bit more, but I don't know, sometimes the shorts hit, sometimes the shorts don't, and I don't really feel like wasting my time on them if they're only gonna get 7 views, you know what I mean? Doing the figure reviews, I enjoy doing these, so whether it gets 8 to 9 views or it blows up and gets 68 views, I don't care. But the shorts, they're too tedious and stuff like that. I don't really enjoy them much myself. I don't know. That's all more or less up to you guys on that end. But yeah, the last part, if you guys could be a great help. As of recording, we are sitting at 212 subscribers, at least last I looked before recording. If you guys could, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. Our next goal is 250 subs, and maybe even 300 if we can reach that goal before the end of the year. I don't know, but we are approaching 2 years, I want to say. So it's kind of crazy to think I've been on YouTube for 2 years and already surpassed 200 subscribers. So yeah, let's just keep on growing and we'll figure out the rest as we go along. But on that note, have a good rest of your night, day, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone, nor do I want to be. But if I were, where would I be? Beats me. Anywho, have a good rest of your day, guys. Deuces. Ooses. Yee. Oh, damn. Where the fuck did that go?
Look, guys, it does have boot rotation.